Hi there, I'm Jen. Welcome to Be Set Free. So, I wanted to talk to you today about educating ourselves on narcissism and borderline personality disorder in relation to the people that we are in relationship with. Lots of times we feel that we need to completely understand the disorder and completely understand if our partner or a family member or a friend has this thing called narcissism or at least has high frequency of traits in this area of borderline personality disorder or whatever the disorder you suspect they have. We feel like that we have to be completely educated in it, and so that we can apply it to them so that we can justify leaving the relationship, cutting them off, going no contact, separating, whatever it may be. And, that's a heavy burden to have to place on ourselves in order to justify us moving on. Honestly, the only justification you need in order to end a relationship is that it's not working for you, no matter what the reason is that you're being abused, whatever the reason is that the other person has, and you need to get away. That's enough reason for you to end a relationship. We don't need to figure out what disorder they have and why they're doing what they're doing and how that relates back to their childhood. And oh my gosh, that's why they treat me that way. That's why they behave the way they do. Okay, now I have it figured out. Now I can leave. Or sometimes what we do when we stay is, oh, now I have it figured out. Now I know why they behave the way they do. Now I know why they treat me the way they do. And it actually has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with their childhood. Okay, I'm going to stay and help them. No, that we all do that, don't we? There is a phase in our relationships where we think that we can help them. But listen, friends, let's make it really simple. Okay, let's simplify it a lot. You don't have to spend all your time and energy learning about the disorders, learning about childhood trauma in relation to them. The only reason you need to leave a relationship, to go no contact, is that the relationship is hurting you. That it's not a relationship that is, it's not a relationship, right? Relationship is two people who have the best interest of the other person in mind. A relationship that's romantic, that like a marriage is supposed to model the love of Jesus. That's what it's intended for, is that I'm in a relationship with this man because I am going to love him as Jesus would love me sacrificially, right? And the other person is supposed to do that as well toward you. A parent-child relationship, as grown-ups, each person is supposed to respect one another, right? If there's no respect, if there's no proper love given, selfless love given to you, if they're not respecting you as an individual, as a person, even as their spouse, as their boyfriend, as their girlfriend, whatever it may be, there's no point in the relationship. I'm not saying our relationships are easy, but when there's a long history, when it's going on, and this person is not respecting you, and they are not loving you, and they don't have your best interests in mind, and in fact, it seems as if they are tearing you down, they're not supporting you and lifting you up, they're tearing you down, don't stay. You don't need any more reason than that. You don't need to figure out why they're doing what they're doing unless there's something in there that you need to change and you've been ignoring them telling you, hey, you're treating me this certain way and that's not okay with me, and you're blatantly going after them to disrespect them. Well, then that's a relationship you need to move on from too, because if you're going to disrespect your partner, and you're not going to change that, then what's the point? Like, let them be. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about us who have been in these abusive relationships, who are twisting ourselves in knots, trying to figure out what's wrong with the other person so that we can justify leaving. And you don't need to do that. You don't have to be a psychologist or have a psychologist type degree in narcissism and MPD to make your final decision. You don't have to have a diagnosis like in your own mind as to what's wrong with this person, the disorder they have. Yes, they definitely have this thing. Okay, now I can leave. You can leave long before that, friends, okay? Don't twist yourself up in knots trying to figure it out. Don't waste any more time. This life is short, and to be in an abusive relationship is psychologically harmful for you. It may be physically harmful for you. It's definitely harmful psychologically and physically for the children. For your children, it's much better to leave, okay? It's much better to leave and then start doing the work of your own personal inner work. Why was I in this relationship? Why did I stay like I did? Why did I feel like I needed to figure out what was wrong with them in order for me to feel like it's okay to leave? Why did it have to be the worst case scenario in order for me to feel like I could leave? Why couldn't I leave much before that? Why? So many questions to ask. Why would I see this behavior that this person had toward me and not understand it was dangerous mentally for me or physically or for my children? Why did I make excuses? And that all points to childhood for us, and that's the good work that we can do. That's the work we need to do, where we can take the time and really figure that stuff out. But when it comes to figuring out other people, it's not our lane. That's their stuff. And all we need to be concerned with is, how is that person affecting my life? How, and then other people, sometimes we're concerned when we're Christians that, how God hates divorce. Well, I want to tell you, friends, that if you were married and you were married in the Lord, that would mean that person would be marrying you in the Lord just as you married them in the Lord. When you said I do, you said I do to love this person just like Jesus would. But is that how they said I do? Were they an abuser, but you didn't understand it yet? That's not being married in the Lord. Being married in the Lord is two people sacrificially loving one another. Not one person pretending like they're gonna, but they're really not because they're screwed up in the head. That's not being married in the Lord. And I want to tell you that it's okay to leave your spouse. I want to give you permission, okay? You weren't married in the Lord to an abuser. That's not his will. It's not what he would have you do. 100% factual. I can say that publicly on this video. And you can leave and you will not be damned. God does not want you staying in a relationship where you're being abused. You do not cast your pearls before swine. If the person you're in a relationship with won't hear you, you get up, you dust your feet off, and you move on. That's biblical, and it's okay. Okay, if you would like to talk about these things further, I'm available and willing and wanting to listen to you and to walk this out with you. I have a life coaching business called All About Life. You can find me at allaboutlifereno.com. And you can also leave me a message in the comments, or you can email me at allaboutlifeinstitute@gmail.com, and I'll leave that link in the comments as well. So it's been nice talking to you today. I hope I relieved some stress and gave you some things to just think about and investigate further. And I hope to talk to you very soon. You go and have a very good day. Bye.